I was just surrounded by trouble. It's like everything in my life that could possibly go wrong was going wrong. And I had to leave my apartment out here because I had a creepy man, like a stalker type creep, who was breaking into my apartment and stealing some of my clothing. And it didn't stop. It just continued until it got really scary, and I had to leave and go stay with my dad. And everything went wrong. Everything, stuff with my daughter, and it's like anything that could possibly go wrong. It's like my whole life was falling apart. And this was also during the time when the dreams and visions started to intensify. This is the same time where I knew in my spirit I was supposed to stop painting, stop pursuing a career as an artist. This is when I deleted all my online portfolios and threw all the paint away. And I didn't know what God was doing. I had no idea. But He wanted my full attention. And anyway, I felt incredibly like the enemy was just coming against me from all sides, and there was no way out. And one day I was praying, it was during this time I was praying, and I had this vision when I was in the middle of prayer, and I thought it would be cool to show you here what it was. It was so cool. Okay, I was praying, and this is what I saw. I saw me, and I was like all miserable, and I was surrounded by a complete circle . Of demons. And each one had a bow and arrow. You get the point. And not only that, but each arrow was aimed at me. I was surrounded, completely surrounded, and they all had their bows drawn back and aimed at me. And this is what I saw while I was in prayer. And I knew that like every direction I turned, there was an arrow ready and waiting and drawn to be fired at me. And I knew the only way out, there was no way out except to duck. And I knew then that I needed to just totally drop to my knees in prayer. Knees. That was the only way out. You know that old Aggie joke where it's like the Aggie firing squad, where they're all in a circle, and the only way out is to duck? That's what this was. And so the whole point of this, and I wanted to share it with you, was when you feel surrounded, like there's no way out, there is a way out. There's always a way out. And that's on your knees. Just talk to Him. Pray. That's the way out. And my life didn't instantly get easier after that. It got a lot harder in a lot of ways. God didn't reveal to me what he was doing. He just started pouring on the dreams and the visions and all the heavy things and loaded me up with them. And this was a really chaotic, confusing time for me. I was so lost. I didn't know that he had pulled me aside to learn all these things. I thought I was still supposed to be on the search for the perfect man, and I dated like crazy. I just went nuts and went out with a whole bunch of different guys. It was like on a frantic search, and made a lot of mistakes, and I was really hurt, and I know I hurt a lot of people in my confusion. I'm not innocent. And it's like a Tasmanian devil just rolling through my life, and it was during this time that I began to write my story. I couldn't take it anymore. It's like I had my last quote relationship, if you can even call it that just drove me out of my mind. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I don't even know what I'm looking for. And it was October 10th of 2003 that I just broke and sat down and began to write. That's how it all started. It was just from chaos and confusion and hurt. And but it really all began here. It's when I finally learned to stop trying to handle my own problems and spend more time on my knees. And that's the way out. It's a good path to follow. Just wanted to tell you that. Yeah, I got some really good ideas because I just thought about this today. I could start using my Sharpie in these, and I want to do some cartoons. I had the idea to do a cartoon of a virtual lumbar puncture, like take you through the whole thing step by step, what it's like to get a spinal tap and spread the misery. Because if you've never had one, that's not right. It's not fair. And so I was gonna like create a whole thing to where you could see what it's like. Yeah. Okay. All right.